Welcome back to China Update, where we break down the key political, economic, and geostrategic developments shaping the world's second-largest economy. I'm Tony. Today's episode is different. We're focusing entirely on one of China's biggest systemic problems, structural overcapacity. Let's get into it. In recent days, two major articles have spotlighted this crisis, one from the UK's Financial Times, the other from within China itself. The FT piece, China struggles to break its addiction to manufacturing, warns that local governments are still pumping money into new factories, EVs, AI, robotics, batteries, and solar panels, even though the market is already oversaturated. The result? Squeezed profit margins and what Beijing calls involution, destructive price competition. Economists have long said China's debt-fueled, state-directed investment risks misallocating resources, undermining consumption, and hurting long-term growth. Yet after the property bubble burst in 2021, Beijing doubled down on manufacturing and exports, as households, with most of their wealth in real estate, pulled back on spending. Peking University's Michael Pettis notes two key points. First, the manufacturing boom of the last 3 to 4 years wasn't about meeting demand, it was about offsetting the collapse in property investment. RMB for RMB, property losses were replaced by manufacturing investment, which then fueled a surge in trade surpluses. Second, this wave of unproductive investment is being driven by local officials desperate to hit unrealistic GDP targets. Without lowering those targets, China can't slow non-productive investment or its ballooning debt, and so far, Beijing shows no sign of letting go. The second article, from Chinese outlet Caixin, is blunt, especially about the auto industry. Titled, China's Surging Auto Sales Mask an Industry in Crisis, it shows that behind record sales, profits are collapsing. From January to June 2025, automakers in China produced and sold over 15.6 million vehicles, up more than 10% year-on-year, yet profits fell 12% in just the first 5 months. The industry is stuck in a relentless price war that hasn't even led to consolidation. Instead, it's threatening automakers, suppliers, and dealers alike. The roots go back over a decade, when Beijing heavily subsidized new energy vehicles. Local governments, chasing jobs and GDP, offered generous incentives, sometimes even building factories for free. The result? Severe overcapacity. By May 2025, China's passenger car inventory hit 3.45 million units, the highest in 5 years. Payment terms have also worsened. Suppliers who once got paid in 45 days can now wait up to 270. Dealers are struggling too. Nearly 3/4 missed sales targets in the first half of the year, and over 40% reported losses in 2024. Industry insiders say a brutal shakeout is inevitable, with 88% of NEV brands likely to disappear by 2030. Veteran analyst Bill Bishop says the fact that Chinese media is now openly discussing overcapacity marks a shift, aligning with Beijing's new public campaign to address it. After years of denial, Beijing seems to be acknowledging what the rest of the world has been saying, that overcapacity is real, and it's a major structural threat. That's it for today's China Update. Thanks for watching.